Hola Belly Burus, bienvenidos a un nuevo video. El día de hoy estoy aquí con nuestros amigos de Iconic Broker en Santa Fe, México, y voy a conocer el auto más poderoso de todo el mundo. Solo 150 unidades, una sola para todo México, así que acompáñenme porque esto se va a poner bastante interesante.
Me da gusto ver tantas caras conocidas. Hemos tenido ya la oportunidad de presentarles en estas instalaciones marcas y coches pues muy importantes en nuestra era. Hoy no es la excepción. Hoy tenemos acá no nada más un juguetotote, sino tenemos un invitado muy especial. Mate, I was saying we're very happy today that not only do we have you here, but we have your amazing creation. And it's an honor for us as Lanchelem to represent such amazing brands. Today we have an amazing product, and we are very proud to have somebody who has already had a significant impact in the automotive industry. So thank you everybody again for joining us, and please join me in welcoming Mate Rimac, CEO and founder of Rimac Automobili. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Mexico. I had a really nice couple of days, especially great thanks to our customer who bought the car and his family. It was really cool to spend the day yesterday with them. So yeah, to tell you a little bit about how we came to this point. I started the company 16 years ago in the country that never had a car industry. If you look at the auto industry in Europe, this is the map of manufacturers and suppliers, all of these dots. And Croatia was pretty much the only country in Europe that didn't have any dot. So I wanted to build a car company in a place that never had any auto industry. And I was just a 20-year-old guy without any idea about what I was doing, and no experience and no formal education in this. I just was crazy about cars. I was just a car guy like many of you here. In high school already, building stuff in my own garage, and I always wanted to do something with cars. So as soon as I turned 18, I wanted to race, and the easiest way to racing was buy an old BMW, weld the differential, and go drifting. That's what I did, but the engine soon blew up, and that's when I decided in this little garage to build an electric car out of it. So yeah, in 2009, it was this little garage where I started with the green BMW, and today we are over 2,500 people making some of the world's most exciting cars. Between those 2 points, there's lots of stories, lots of blood, sweat and tears. It was a hard time. I feel like I lived already 3-4 lives and not just one life in those 16 years. It was pretty crazy. I was born in a country where Nikola Tesla was also born, in Croatia. So Nikola Tesla has invented the electric motor that we use everywhere today. And he has invented a lot of other things that we are using and taking for granted today, like wireless communication and stuff like that. I was inspired by 2 things. On one side, cars, and on the other side, Nikola Tesla and his inventions. So I wanted to bring those 2 together by making an electric car and trying to use the full potential of an electric motor in the best possible way. I also had 2 other inspirations, Horacio Pagani and Christian von Koenigsegg. They were my big heroes. So today I'm really lucky that those 2 guys are my friends or peers. This was 15 years ago. This is the kind of stuff that I was doing with my green BMW. Everyone was laughing at me that I'm racing with a washing machine. People didn't see electric cars at that time at all. And then, I come with a car that's not only electric but also a race car. I broke 5 FIA Guinness World Records with that car in 2010, I believe. So from the beginning, our mission was to push the limits, show what's possible, go further and further, and raise the bar in what you can do. But I realized that converting combustion cars to electric cars is not the way to go. You have to actually build a car from the ground up to make a better electric car. I'm a petrol head. I love I didn't do this because for environment or whatever, or because it has to be electric, but just because I thought it was cool to have 4 electric motors and use the potential of electric powertrains to do things that you cannot do with a combustion engine. I didn't do this car because I wanted to save the environment or whatever. I did it because I thought it was cool to use the potential of electric motors and do the maximum of what you can do with the advantages of the electric motor. This was the first all-electric supercar, the Rimac Concept 1. We showed it at the Frankfurt show in 2011, so quite a while ago already. 1080 horsepower, we only made 8 of those. And then after that, the Rimac Nevera. So we did 27 world records in 1 year with that car, from acceleration to like drag races to top speed, even crazy records like driving in reverse 275 kilometers per hour, Nürburgring record. So it's really a car that pushed the limits, and those who experience it really understand it's not just about being electric, but it's about doing stuff that you just cannot do with a combustion car. This is our new home, the Rimac campus. So it's a little bit bigger than the garage where I started from 16 years ago. So yeah, it's a huge facility. And we have 3 companies today. So we have Mate Rimac, where we make the world's most exciting cars. We have Rimac Technology, where we help many other car companies to build electric and hybrid cars. So you will find our batteries, for example, in the Llega, in the Aston Martin Valkyrie, in Porsches, BMWs, Mercedes, and so on. So there is where we help many other brands make better cars. And then we have our moonshot, our crazy project, Robotaxi, where we try to reinvent the way you travel around cities with autonomous cars. Yeah, this is the Nevera, and now recently we also came up with the Nevera R, which is an even more extreme version of the Nevera. Here we have still a Nevera R are going to be delivered later this year. To explain you what means the name Nevera, it's a sudden storm that appears out of nowhere, and it's very violent on the coast of Croatia. And then just as fast as it came, it also as fast disappears. That's my next baby, the Bugatti Tourbillon, which is also a very special car. This is what we have been working on the last 4 years. We presented it last year in Molsheim, in France. So completely new car, completely developed from scratch. It has no parts from the Chiron, no parts from the Nevera, V16 hybrid powertrain, but all the learnings from the Nevera are here soon as well. So with that, let's have a look what we have here.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for this interview. How do you feel in Mexico City? Is it your first time?
First time in Mexico, and I was 1 day here so far, but my impression is, I think, very different from other people, because the family who owns the Nevera that we delivered, they were my hosts for that day, and I had an amazing day. So first we saw their collection, then we were driving with the Nevera around to show them the car. Then we went to the racetrack, driving race cars on the racetrack. And then I went to see a beautiful collection of cars of another Mexican collector, where there were lots of like Paganis, Koenigsegg's, Bugattis. So I had a crazy day. And I visited this beautiful restaurant next to where Frida was living.
Okay, Casa Azul.
Yes, so that was also great.
Okay, some people in automotive industry see you like a genius. How do you feel with that?
I don't think so. I'm just passionate about cars, and I really worked hard the last 15, 16 years. Gave everything for it. Never gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's genius. It's more really hard work.
Okay. Tell me, how do you imagine the future of cars?
Well, I think, first of all, there has to be freedom of choice so that the customers can choose what they want. I don't like this government mandates where they say you have to drive now electric, or you have to do this, you have to do that. I like the market to decide. So when electric cars are better, let the customers choose. For example, the Tesla Model 3 is, I think, a really good car. And I think many people buy it not because it's electric, but because it's just a really good car. So when electric cars are better, people will buy them. Same with the Nevera also. It's really unique. And people buy it not because it's electric, but because it can do stuff that other cars cannot do. But I think one important aspect that people still don't understand today is what self-driving will do. So robotaxis, cars you don't own, cars that drive you, you don't drive them, that will have a big impact.
Okay, tell me about your top 3 cars of all times.
All times. Okay,
it's a hard question.
But I have to ignore the cars that I did, right? So no Bugattis, no Rimacs.
If you want, it's okay, but thinking about that, it's for petrol heads.
Yeah, I mean, I invested so much blood, sweat and tears into the Nevera. Of course, it's there, It's a really special car.
It's your baby.
Yeah, and tourbillon for me, it's like, when we showed the tourbillon, I was like, if tomorrow a truck hits me, I'm fine because I did a tourbillon.
Okay.
With that car, I did everything that I wanted. Like, it's amazing. Outside of that, lots of cars, man. I just love cars so much. Yesterday, I was in this collection, and wherever I look, I'm like, oh man, I want to have this car. I would like to have this car. I would love to have this car. But maybe if I have to choose a few all-time best cars, I would say E30 M3.
Okay.
BMW.
Another baby.
Huh?
You're another baby.
Yes, another baby of mine. Yes, kind of. I would say the Galway Mercedes SL. That's a beautiful car. And I actually like the LaFerrari.
Wow.
The LaFerrari is a beautiful hypercar.
The last question is, Bugatti comes electric in the future or no?
No. So
Never.
We plan for the next 10 years. And in that plan, currently there is no full electric Bugatti. Who knows, maybe we change something, maybe we have a new idea. But for now, we just developed a new V16.
Wow. Cosworth
This kind of engine, yes.
Cosworth engine, no?
Together with Cosworth, yeah. It was together, so Cosworth and us.
Yeah.
We plan to stick with that engine for a while.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
But if you go to, for example, sport and you want to adjust it, adjust yourself.
Pues por supuesto que estamos muy orgullosos. Es un coche excepcional, con una tecnología fuera de serie. Ha roto muchísimos récords de aceleración, de velocidad, en autódromos, cosas muy locas. Nos gusta traer cosas nuevas, traer cosas distintas. Tenemos una clientela que es demandante.
Además de ser un distribuidor oficial en México, también van a dar soporte técnico y mantenimiento para todos los vehículos.
Sí, desde luego. O sea, acá nos encargamos de todo. Si no le vamos a poder ofrecer al cliente una experiencia completa, tanto desde el momento en el que pide su coche, lo configura o entra a la lista de espera, lo que sea, la espera para que llegue el coche, toda esa atención, el CRM previo a la llegada del coche, la entrega del coche y la experiencia posterior con respecto a servicio, a garantía, de todo lo relacionado a la postventa, de todo nos encargamos, ¿no? Nuestros mecánicos, nuestro equipo de postventa se capacita en todas estas fábricas, los mandamos constantemente a los diferentes países, sobre todo en Europa, en algunos casos también en Estados Unidos, a los entrenamientos, y de todo nos tenemos que encargar, ¿no? No podemos lavarnos las manos, ¿no? Entonces, la experiencia tiene que ser satisfactoria para los clientes. Las garantías de cada vehículo dependen de cada vehículo o de cada marca, ¿no? Y nosotros obviamente la respetamos y es una garantía que ofrece el productor, no el distribuidor, ¿no? Entonces se ofrece a través de nosotros, pero realmente nosotros seguimos las indicaciones de ellos, ¿no? En este caso tiene garantía súper amplia, sobre todo en el tema de la batería. Es una batería súper sofisticada. Entonces, creo que en general hemos logrado que las experiencias sean buenas.
Bueno, la verdad es que las cifras del Rimac Nevera son alucinantes. Es obviamente un vehículo limitado a 150 unidades en todo el mundo. En cuestión de performance puede acelerar de 0 a 100 km por hora en 1.7 segundos, hacer el cuarto de milla en 8.2 segundos y llegar a una velocidad máxima de 412 km por hora. Y que bueno, obviamente tiene un chasis construido enteramente en fibra de carbono. Algo interesante de este vehículo es que con carga rápida puede llegar de 0 al 80% de su batería en apenas 19 minutos. Entonces, bueno, pues todo esto es un concepto completamente aerodinámico, ¿no? Tiene un coeficiente de arrastre de apenas 0.3, lo cual es verdaderamente increíble. También tiene sistemas de seguridad, tenemos bolsas de aire para el conductor, para el pasajero, tenemos bolsas de aire laterales, incluso tenemos control vectorial de torque y además tenemos asistencias a la conducción ADAS. Tenemos también 13 cámaras, 6 radares y 12 sensores ultrasónicos para poder obviamente detectar todo lo que pasa a nuestro alrededor. En llantas pues tenemos unas Michelin Pilot Sport 4S que bueno, tienen rines de 20 pulgadas tanto en la parte delantera como en la parte trasera. Pues ahí lo tuvieron, amigos, la presentación del Rimac Nevera en Ciudad de México. Un vehículo increíble desde donde se le observe, de un diseño completamente radical y es en verdad un hito en la historia del automovilismo por cómo ha perfeccionado la técnica del motor eléctrico para entregarnos cifras de potencia increíbles. Quiero leerlos en los comentarios para saber qué les parece. Recuerden que yo soy Adolfo Reséndiz. Esto es Belívorus y nos vemos en el siguiente video.